Creative Arts Therapies Studies is a 2-year foundation degree and it's held at City of Bristol College. It's validated by Plymouth University. It's a unique course. It covers modules in art, drama, music and movement. Also we have modules in arts and health, and we look at the difference between therapy and therapeutic.
Creative Arts Therapies is a fantastic course. It gives you an introduction to the applied use of therapeutic use of arts in the community.
Art's a fantastic way for people to communicate, particularly people who are finding it hard to vocalise what's going on for them in their lives. But also people can start to play again and explore and find out things, because we get used to not being allowed to play and we're told to tidy things up. And working with people with art, they can express anything they want to, and then they can talk about it if they want to or not talk about it. They have a record to go back to. It can be fun while exploring quite deep emotional issues.
I'm Tana Holmes and I'm Arts Development Officer for Bristol City Council. I support a variety of creative projects across the city, and there's a particular strand to the work which is about supporting arts and health work in the city. In collaboration with the Arts Council, we commissioned Willis Newson to do a piece of research a couple of years ago now that mapped arts and health provision in the city, and that combined with working with artists made us notice that artists were often working on their own in healthcare settings without the support of other creative practitioners and without proper supervision and training.
My name's Kim Hill and I'm an artist. Having worked with lots of artists in the arts and health field, I think there's a real need very often for some kind of training for artists, specifically for working within health, I think, in ethical issues, health and safety issues, things like safeguarding, so things that are very often over and above their artistic practice.
My name is Batel Megan, but I'm also known as B. It's a bit easier to pronounce. I'm a dance movement psychotherapist. I lead creative dance module. It's called Creative Expression with Movement. It aims to introduce the students to creative dance elements, the use of movement in different settings. They come with the openness to try out different movement explorations. It's usually accompanied by fun and play. We have a variety of music, some props sometimes, we use our voices. They come with the attitude to try and to see what happens. And to be curious, really, most of all. It takes maybe a few weeks to sort of peel the layers off, and then eventually there's the body that we can start to work with properly.
In today's session, the students have been looking at beginnings and endings when they're working with people using art therapeutically. And then we've moved on to fairy tales. All the students come up with a fairy tale and they're going to explore that and maybe some of the hidden symbolic meanings that also go on in fairy tales through using all the different art materials that are here. And also to place themselves somewhere in that fairy tale.
Okay, with my other hat on, I'm a musical director and I work as a musical facilitator. I use voice work and music, and I work on one of the modules which is about helping people to find the music within themselves. Don't worry if you've never sung or played an instrument before on the course. We can actually help you discover that or find ways that you can use some of those skills in your practice. And if you're an experienced, skilled musician, this is a great course for you as well, because there'll be a place for you to really develop those skills and think about how they can be applied to arts therapy practice or arts and health practice.
I would definitely recommend this course to people who want to experience more types of art and art in the community. But this course is really for everyone. If you want more creative aspects in your life, this is for you. If you want to experience more types of art, music, dance and how to use them with others, this is for you.
I think this will set in stone a progressive continuation of arts, and it has reignited my own interest in my own artistic endeavours as well. So as well as learning everything about arts and health and stuff like that, I'm painting again, I'm sculpting again, which is something I hadn't done in years.
The course has provided lots of opportunity for self-discovery. I think from the first year to the second year I can see myself how much more confident I am, and the class has how cohesive we are as a group. Everyone's sort of grown in confidence and we've all sort of realised what direction we want to go in. So it's perfect if you're stuck for knowing what you want to do and where you want to go.
So today we've been looking at the health benefits of working creatively and what evidence there is for that arts and health work. We've been looking at one of our key texts, which is a literature review conducted by Dr. Rosalia Sterikoff, who pulled together all the clinical evidence for arts and health. She found some key evidence that working creatively can do all sorts of things, such as reduce time in hospital, reduce need for medication, all sorts of lowering blood pressure, all those key indicators, improve recovery time, as well as being really positive for people's mental health. And that it's a sort of, it takes a positive approach, so it's about improving well-being rather than just reducing illness. So students in their second year have to devise their own projects and then find places to run those projects. For example, we've got one doing a project at the aquarium in Bristol with a mental health group using art and art materials, which has been very successful. They've really got a lot out of it.
The project's for adults with disabilities, learning disabilities, social anxiety disorders, people that feel excluded from society. And basically my project is to help them learn about marine sort of environments. The idea is that they come along, we share ideas, they tell me what they want to get from the sessions, I tell them how I can help, and the main aim really is to get everybody working together, meeting new people who are like-minded, who might be in a similar situation, and hopefully in time they can do their own exhibition.
My name is Jonathan and I'm an artist, and I like coming to the aquarium, and I really enjoy looking around and looking at all the fishes.
And I opened the door, and as I was going up the stairs I wondered how I'd get on and would anybody talk to me, because I used to be so shy and couldn't talk to no one. And it all started from there, and now I can talk to people, and it's made such a difference in my life. Yeah, really good. Yeah, and now I'm on camera.
The other student is working at the hospital, local children's hospital, where she's created a sensory garden with the youngsters there.
So we're here in the Barbara Russell Children's Ward in Frenchay Hospital, and my project is to revamp the whole of the sensory garden. Today we've been planting loads of herbs in a little chair pot thing that we made, and we got the kids to put their handprints on to make their mark, and I think that's really important for the kids to make their mark, to say, yep, I've been here, I've helped with this project. And it really helps the kids just to be away from the medical environment and away from doctors and nurses. Also, with the outdoors, you can take your problems from indoors and you can let them go outdoors.
She's great with the children because I think she has a rapport with them. She has a background in hospital awareness, so she understands as well what the children are going through and the importance of providing really good activities that can distract them away from being in hospital, which is what it's all about. Having sort of art in hospital, what we find is really beneficial, especially on this ward. We've got a lot of children that have got significant disabilities. It's sensory, it's all about providing an activity for the children to dive into, to let off their frustrations. It's great.
It's very important that our students have links with local organisations, local arts organisations, because we build up relationships with them, and then students have their work experiences out in the community. So they might, for example, be in a hospital, in a local drugs project, or a prison, a choir. Wherever there's creativity in arts with different vulnerable, volatile groups, then we would consider a placement.
The placement I did in my first year, I worked with learning difficulties and the elderly. That was so much fun doing one-to-one work and creating exhibitions and working with them. It shows a little bit of art and creativeness in your life can make people happy.
On this module, the students get a chance to use a wide range of art materials to look at the theory behind working with art therapeutically, and also looking at the differences between that and art psychotherapy. Most of the course is experiential, so the students get to work it all out for themselves by using the art materials as well and make links with the theory.
As well as all the creative work we do, it's really important that our students get an academic underpinning for the work and that they can understand the evidence that's around for this work, and they can operate in a healthcare context, which is quite a scientific, evidence-based world, really. The course isn't just for people that want to be therapists. It's for people that want to work in the community, in education, in health, but using more creative approaches.
It's not like being at, as I thought university would be. It's been very free and we've been allowed to explore things in our own way.
I think just literally the way I view things has changed. Like people, faith, what I want to do when I finish university. Yeah, just kind of seeing a bigger picture.